Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live. Thank you for tuning in, as wonderfully awesome and amazing as you are. For any show request feedback, as always, reach us at realdoubledosechannel@yandex.com. That's yandex.com. And as well as realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. And we also have a.com of Real Double Dose channel itself. And that is going to be launching very, very soon, as well as our multiple pages and insights on the Blogspot right now that you can check out with the About Me section and the links to our books and so much wonderfulness. Any kind of discrepancies, copyrights, whatever, you can find the links at the bottom for music or whatever at the bottom of the Blogspot. Again, just referencing that. And as well as TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, Blueberry, Spotify, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Google Cast. Yes, we're going down the list. iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and so many, many more. If I haven't named them off, they will be in the links, and it's growing. Deezer as well has just joined in. So yeah, we're moving on up. Maybe like 11 or 12. I probably maybe name 7, but we're there. Okay, YouTube is not forgotten. But anyways, I want to get this started as much and as deep as I can, because it needs to be exactly what it is. And this right here is something that I'm personally really, really dealing with. And all of them I dealt with and I deal with, but at the same time, a lot of us are out here and I hear the same thing that I'm dealing with. When I get a chance to put a spotlight in on Lex's life directly, a little bit more of an examination from a microscopic kind of level, is something that we all can get to. And that's hashtag the next chapter. Yes, hashtag the next chapter. It might seem a little simple. It might be said a little extra simple, but nonetheless, it is definitely something that we all should look into. And I see this from a reference point from not even my friends Margaret or Jonathan or Deshaun or, Mike, whoever. It's just the whole point of understanding that the next chapter is definitely a double-sided conversation. Now, at one end, we can look at the double-sided, I guess. But at one end, we can look at the next chapter and say, hashtag the next chapter. Let's move on. Let's move on with life. Let's do all the things that we did. But people always say, forget about the past or try to leave it alone. The past is always going to follow some way in connectivity with our future and our present, which is the present is our future, where we're living right now. Because if we were never born, which is the past of where we are now, then we would not be here to talk about it in our present, which is basically our future. So on that spectrum, you understand where I'm coming from, but this is more so the hashtag the next chapter, meaning what is it that we're rereading over and over in the chapter that we're still stuck on, seemingly stuck on, that we're not moving forward to turn to the next chapter to read the new adventures or what's awaiting us. And it's almost like the story that I've said multiple times, and you probably heard it different ways. But when I first came across the story, it was from Les Brown. Yes, hashtag Les Brown. He's amazing. So, but I will say, it's almost the whole conversation about, I think it was more so the scared of moving on kind of thing. And it was basically like, not even the story of the gentleman who had the choice from the king or the thief or whatever happened. I don't know what the choice was, to either go out the door. The king gave him the option to walk out the door and face whatever's going to be waiting for you, or face the firing squad the next day. Instead, after some contemplation, he decided to say, let me just face the firing squad. At least I know what's waiting. But then after they sent him on and he made his decision, one of the guards or whatever had asked the king what was really on the other side of that door if he would have chose that option. And he said nothing, just freedom. He would have been able to walk free. But he was, that's what it's called. Scared of the unknowns. Right? So basically, we're attached to the knowns and scared of the unknowns. And that's what hashtag the next chapter is. Why is it, and what is it that keeps us stuck in a frequency level, whether it be toxic people, toxic mindset, toxic conversations, the same habitual habits, the same kind of altitude and attitude that keeps us rereading the same paragraphs over and over in our lives? Keeps us delivering and giving the same paragraph over and over in our lives. And seemingly, no matter how many times we go through these pages or through these chapters, we seem to keep rehashing and redoing all these over and over and over again. The definition of insanity, basically. If you want the same results, keep doing what you're doing. If you want the same readout, keep reading the same chapter over and over. Now, it's different if that chapter is a loving, deep one. It still needs to move forward. But if we're stuck in a presence to where we know it is nothing but detrimental and toxic, it's almost like the story of the rice, the experiment they had, still on YouTube. The rice experiment was putting 3 jars, same jars, mason jars, clear jars, same amount of water, same amount of white rice, and basically putting those jars and speaking negative to one, nothing to the other, and positive. And at the same time, the one that was spoken to positive stayed the same. The one that had nothing said to it turned green and mossy. The one that was spoke to negatively turned grayish, black, corrosion or whatever, like soil. I don't know what it was. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing as where we go with our principles. Now, this might be short and sweet, but it's definitely to the point. So hashtag the next chapter is saying and asking us and ourselves, what is keeping us grounded and not going over to that next page, just flipping it over and moving on? Are we afraid that more of the chapter is going to go down a spiral or not look as bright as what we knew before? Are we thinking, are we conjuring situations in our mind that don't exist yet, that are sitting there saying, well, I know how to deal with, I dealt with these and this, but I don't know how to deal with anything else that's more. So basically and essentially, we're kind of looking at it from a negative viewpoint, because if we're still in a negative space to where we're rereading this chapter over and over and rehashing it, redoing it, reliving it, we're almost saying to ourselves, not just the fear of it's going to be greater, but the fear it's going to be worse, or something else is bigger and heavier that we can't take care of is going to come our way. So we rather just stay on the same page and reread the same words and redo the same thing and relive it over and over again. Well, I tell you what, RDDC Nation, I am going to take that step, and I'm going to see even more of it. It's hard for me, and the chapter from my page that I'm speaking of is me being more of a motherly figure, me being more of a overly nurturer, to where I take so much and have taken so much abuse, lies, good times, bad, with certain individuals in my life, to where it's almost hard to cut the umbilical cord. See, but the only difference is they're getting fed from the nutrients that they're taking from me, and then also that I'm giving, instead of me even receiving the happiness of why the umbilical cord was connected to begin with, okay, metaphorically speaking. So I have to understand, and I thought for a moment, I'm like, man, it's kind of hard to let go. It's kind of hard because you're so used to this thorn in your side, or thorns in your side, plural, and you're so used to having that. You're so conditioned to the things that you should not be conditioned of or conditioned with. These things do not make us grow. They just make us stagnant. They make us stagnant, and they keep us in a place of where we can no longer spread the seeds that we have. They keep us in a place to where we can't deliver on what we're supposed to do, because all the while we're stuck on the pages of the chapter that's already done with. This chapter is supposed to have been turned over months ago. And instead of moving forward so we can continue on, hashtag the next chapter, we're still stuck on the same book, the same preview. We've never completed the movie to go on to the next series and the next series and make it a marathon, right? Hashtag Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues. Let's be real and let's be clear. So what I want to give all of us is basically, let's all sit down, no matter how much time you have, or even right now, and think about what is keeping you exactly where you are. And it's all fields and all levels, but especially the people in your lives or the situations that keep coming up. What is keeping in that frequency? And also we have to look at ourselves, because we're attracting that as well. We're something toxic or something diluted about why we attract the same things that we claim or we say or we feel that we want to get away from. It's some kind of comfortability into the sickness that is developed of it. And we're only speaking of that, not the next chapter that comes with, opening up a business and having 1,000 customers run to the door. We understand the panic of that. That's great success of happiness of building what you wanted to. So I mean this in the form of the things that are holding us down and keeping us in place. So no matter what you feel, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, remember that we have the keys to do that. And ultimately, the graveyard will always be the richest place that there is, because so many of us have been taken away before our time, taken away from times that we shouldn't have, because we're in the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong people. Okay? Just saying, the wrong people, wrong things happening because we weren't willing to move to that next chapter, or the next chapter played itself out from the way we didn't move on from the whole book itself. So no matter what, hashtag the next chapter. I know I keep saying that, but I want to get that through our heads in there, is developing and understanding that being alone is not the problem. being happy with being alone is a solution. And it doesn't mean you have to cut every single thing and every single one out of our lives. It doesn't mean that we have to go completely nomad. But if that's what it takes to reach the fullness and the greatness of what we were put on this earth for our purposes, then we have to be selfless and start understanding that selfish people don't care about any of that. Just certain situations, whatever it might be. The whole understanding is we have the power to move on. So if we must take a few more chapters to keep reading the same chapter, or keep previously getting there, just don't take forever. Like I tell myself too, if it's not moving us forward, then we're just standing in place. And if we can't stand in place, then we're just moving backward. And the whole purpose of us and our mission is to keep moving forward, because there's going to be one day where there's no tomorrow for each one of us. Each one of us are living our time single by single, period. Every moment is never promised, and everything is always unpredictable. So it's not gloomy, it's just facts. And I just want to put that out there, because love is always going to teach us the truth, and truth will always set us free. That is what it is. So be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit. This is your host, Lex, and I said all those wonderful things in the beginning. Don't forget to sign up for our free vacation giveaways and our free gift card giveaways and so much more. About maybe 75 of you have won different ones already. We couldn't name all of them off, but we're going to have a celebration on our YouTube channel, the Spirit Elevation channel. We have different ones that are uniquely there, but we hope to see you over there too. And if not, just remember, we're always here. realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com, realdoubledosechannel@yandex.com. Sorry, I just say it so fast, I'm just so used to it. And also RDC Lex Team /Facebook, and at Real Double Dose Channel for our Instagram handle. And all of our links can be found on SoundCloud or the Blogspot. Check us out. Stay tuned. Remember, hashtag the next chapter. Just be ready and willing to turn the page and start a whole new journey of you. So we love you. You're amazing. Stay blessed. And we'll be back with you very, very, very soon.